Everybody, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. How you guys doing? It's a little chilly today. I got my hey Becky, Jesse, Sean, Kevin. Becky says, "I'm here and I'm pooped." I bet you were working. She was at Fan Expo. Um, Becky said, "Okay, for those who care, check out those Best in Show winners post at the Salt Lake Fan Expo social." Oh, got it. Hello from Canada. Hello, Canada. Hi, Dave. Hello, Canada. And there's Brad. There's John. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Um, yeah, I've been working. It's you guys know to give you guys for people who are new here. Let you guys know what I do have a YouTube channel, and I do work in the movie industry, doing props and costumes for film and television, and periodically I do get calls. Oh, we gave it to your Borgie Bruce one. Great. Um, what was I going to say now? Yeah, so sometimes I get jobs, and I got a job, and I was getting ready to do a convention, and I got hired like a week before I started work, so I had to take the job because it's good money when they call me up for these jobs, and I did the jobs, and then I had to do that, then jump over and do. Oh, really quickly, guys, SpaCon was wonderful. SpaCon is in Arkansas. It is a near the Hot Springs, Arkansas, and it's this quaint little town. And we were there for the convention. It was spectacular. It was a lot of fun. So, you cosplayers, if you get approached by SpaCon, it's definitely worth doing. I wore my prize tee yesterday under my hoodie. The sweater is changing. The weather's changing. Woo, but anyway, yeah. But if you guys have not done SpaCon, it's fantastic. So I was back there. It's funny. I'm at a point where I got to take a ton. I got to get these photos off my phone. So after stream today, I got to hook them up to my computer and drag these photos off to store them on my computer onto my external hard drive, and then we do a little cleaning today. Got to work on my Klingonorian cosplay. What's that, David? What are you making, David? Oh, here's something for you guys. I had one a while back. I'm gonna clean up a little bit. I was gonna use this. I have a Battle Sister costume I made a while back. I want to do a photo shoot with it with my friend Desert Rose Cosplay, and we were trying to coordinate, but it's kind of hard, with our schedules and whatnot. But she has a Battle Sister costume, and I made a helmet. But I think it'd be cool if she just wore the armor and have a mask. But this is a mask I have. This is from Riddick. This is one of the necromancers. This is a necromancer mask, and it's sculpted in clay, and it's completely asymmetrical. You can look at it; it's completely off. It's like just wacky, but it's cool. I'm going to clean. It really has a really nice paint job to it. I'm going to clean it up and repaint it a little bit, but I'm going to put some strapping on this for her, and I'm going to have it be something she can wear with her Battle Sister costume. Because I was going to make one, but I thought that'd be kind of cool to have that on her. Winter's coming, that's right. Oh, Dave says, John Mitchell goes, my wife was the Barbie Borg at SpaCon. Hey, John, fantastic. Thanks for hanging out today. Guys, really quickly, again, that's from SpaCon. If you guys, I think I post them on Instagram if you guys want to check them out. I have the Barbie Borg, which is fun. But John, thank you for joining me today. Yeah, that was at the SpaCon. They had a Barbie Borg. They had a really nice. The guys had some really cool Star Trek stuff going on in the corner. Gundam goes, maybe this stream will motivate me to sand my blasters. Yeah, get on that, Gundam. Oh, it's a Klingon Mandalorian mashup working on the fur cap and Tabar. Oh, fantastic. It's the thing. If I go back, if they do invite me back to the Star Trek convention, I think I would do a Klingon. Um, I know there's probably some Klingon groups out there, like cosplay groups that know how to build stuff or get the patterns and whatnot. But I love the gauntlets they have. They have the gloves. They have these gauntlets, and I would basically just make a skull cap. I would do the ridge and make it like a cap I could drop on and have the fur and have all the gray hair. I would keep my beard and just have the hair coming out the back. Oh, Brad Whitmore says, I finally finished the first build, Ted. Won the Coupe I Care. The Coupe I Care? I won the Coupe I Care. Coupe? Did I say it correctly? Again, guys, I am great with foam and bad with words. But congratulations, Brad. And John, again, thanks for joining us today on my live stream. Normally, guys, again, I usually have something I'm doing that's very creative or foam related, but I am slammed with work, and we're making costumes. I can't really go into details, but I'm making costumes for a presentation, and I'm going to, they're being sealed and painted this weekend, or probably Sunday, or Monday, who knows. And then I'm going in on Monday to put the zippers in the costumes, and then I'm done, and I'll be back, because I'm not kidding you. I'm chomping at the bit to finish my alien egg costume. My egg projects. I'm working on the eggs, and I really want to get those guys done. And I was eager because I want to get this video up so you guys can see them and have them. So a little frustrating because I'm looking at it. I want to get them done, be done with it, so I can start painting. I was talking to my buddy Graham, who's a phenomenal painter, and he's giving me some advice on what to do with these eggs and how to paint them, how he would paint them. I said, I want to paint this, so how would you do it? And he said, well, we'd do a bright green, like a brighter green, and then go down from there, do washes on top of that, and airbrush and whatnot. I'm like, okay, got it. So that is what I'm going to do. So I have an idea, though. I'm making eggs, but I'm also going to have one that's open, and I want to make since it's open, I want to make it where a face hugger shoots out. Any tips on making alginate head cast? I'm going to try to do one on my friend today, on Tuesday, especially any tips demolding the head without ripping the mold. There is, I know Gundam, there's videos. I know Bill Duran from Punish Props has a really good tutorial on that. So I think Punish Props does. It's it's so funny because now people, that's all we used to use years ago. Now this is stuff called body double. It's like a silicone rubber that it's greasy. You can pour and it goes off in minutes, and it's like rubber. And the key thing with alginate is fragile. So once you dump the alginate on somebody, my advice, Gundam, is you need two people. When you're doing the alginate on somebody, you need to take the alginate. When you mix it up and it's creamy, you have a bucket. You start on the top of their head, and what you do is before you start, you scoop it up, and you go behind their ears. Like if you want the ears, like I said, when it's alginate, you only have a little bit of working time. So you got to scoop it up, and you're gonna fight. You could be fighting gravity. Gravity is against you. So when you dump, so what I would do is I recommend scooping up the alginate and put them in the, like for example, scoop up the alginate and put it in the corner of their eyes, like these cavities right here, because when you droop it, it's just gonna droop. It's gonna be these big air pockets. So people have a tendency to pour alginate on top of the head, and it runs down, and you're scooping and scooping, trying to get stuff. And they don't get this. This is very important. You want to get the bridge of the nose and the eyes. So you mix up and have a batch of it, and you scoop up a little bit, and you shove it up in their eye sockets first. Go right up in there, like in the eye, this corner of the eye, right in here, and the other side there. Go behind the ears. What we usually do in the makeup industry, we'll take cotton or tissue, and we fill in behind the ears with this derma wax. Like we'll put cotton or tissue paper behind the ears, because if you're trying to cast ears, it's just really thin and they'll break and they're plaster. So you always want to put stuff behind the ears to fill in the void. Dump the alginate on, and then when you're going, the reason you need two people is somebody's working on covering the head, and it runs down. You got to make sure you go around the nostrils. Now, I know people stick straws up their nose. I think that's ridiculous. You don't need straws. It's gravity's dripping, so what you need somebody working on the nose, just kind of going around it and getting this part, get the top of the nose and getting this part underneath and going around and making sure that they can breathe so it's dripping. Yeah, it's tricky. That's why I'd say watch videos. I'd watch a couple of videos. I'd watch that video. I'd watch Punish Props, and I'd watch somebody else's too, because there's so many. It's a skill set. It really is. I have friends that would do it really well. I've done a couple. It's a piece. It's so funny now. It's so cool these days. They scan people. On bigger films, they don't take act. They have an actor sit still and they scan their heads. They just scan them and print them. Now, if you're doing makeup though, if you're doing makeup, I probably still do a live cast. Dirk goes, would have been at a con right now, but it got canceled. My room reservations, and I'm sad that oh, sorry. Any news on the outfit for the Feral Ghoul? Yeah, Jesse, I'm gonna go run down to a thrift store and just buy a suit. I'm just gonna buy an old suit and trash it. I just been so busy with work, I haven't had a chance to do it yet. I'm leaving you. Oh, bye, Becky. Thanks. Time to drive home and have another nap. Bye, Becky. See ya. Yeah, body double's super expensive though. Yeah, you're right. It is. It's like in the industry, what makes body double kind of cool is that when we do live cast out of Algent, you only get one shot at it. But with body double, you can do multiple heads. Like if you make a pretty good body double mold, you can get 2 or 3 pulls out of it because it's like a silicone rubber. It's more durable, so you can get a couple castings out of it. Yeah, the body double is super expensive though. I forgot about Bill's and Duran's video. I got a 10-pound bag Algent for trial size and size would buy 2 trial body doubles. Oh yeah, in that case, definitely rewatch those videos. I'm sure there's some good ones out there, but I would watch more than one. What I recommend, Gundam, when you watch the videos, see what they talk about. What's one thing they repeat. If everybody talks about the same thing, that means it might be like I said, the eye socket thing's a big thing I've noticed. You want to make sure you get those eye sockets in there, underneath and around the nose and stuff. So, but yeah, it's a skill set. Oh, dude, Deathstalker, it looks fun. It's funny because it's a movie from the 80s. I watched the original Deathstalker, Roger Corman. I didn't realize they had a following, but these guys that want to make it got the financing to make this movie, and they did it. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. Like he did like Super Gorman or what it was. Which is okay. I think people, Super Gorman, but the alien kids find him and make him like a slave or something like that. It's like it's kind of like a short. It's like a Saturday Night Live skit. It's like a short skit turned into a movie. It goes on for a bit. Like I know a lot of people loved it. I saw it and I got it in the first 15 minutes. Like okay, I get it now. But I was kind of bored after that. But I think apparently he made money and was very successful. That's it. Psycho Gorman. Thank you. I could say super. Psycho Gorman. Yeah, it's okay. I saw it and people raved about it. Oh man, I want now that Megan 2.0 is streaming. I think it's free on Netflix, something like that. I heard people talking about how bad it was. No, I haven't seen Toxic Avenger yet. Was that I finally saw, I watched it, and it's just bad. It's like, to have the first one be kind of like this cool, dark, kind of set in the real world, and dark, but had a sense of humor to it, but it was creepy, good scary movie. But they made made the sequel, and it was bad. Like, I started watching it, and just the pacing, the acting, like I don't it's if it's made by the same people, but the script's terrible. Like this whole thing they tried to create just to bring her back. Yeah, Jesse, if you can finish it, I couldn't finish it. I was sitting with my wife on the couch. We started watching it, and I was like maybe 15 minutes, 10 minutes in. And I was like, this is terrible. This is really bad. I'm like, yeah. So I could, yeah. I was like, I thought this if this is not going to progress, then I'm out. So. Hey, the modifier. Good morning, sir. How you doing? A little bit of a break. Sorry, I have nothing prepped to. I've been working. I've been working nonstop at the shop. It's a company called There You Have It, and they're great. They always call me when they need foam stuff, like foam things, foam fabricating a lot. And they hired me, and I think Monday's going to be my last day. I'm finishing things up on the costumes, and I'll get back to my egg project and my feral ghoul. I got to get a suit for the feral ghoul costume, and a couple things I want to finish up too. Hey, Crazy B, what's up? Morning. But yeah, John, sorry. I wanted to catch up with you, and then I got work, and then I had a convention come up. So I was working, then I had to stop, take off, go do a convention, came back. I'm exhausted. I've been just beat, tired. But I'm going to get back to it next week. Hopefully get some time off. So. Days, just I know. Here's the thing, guys. I'm glad you guys think so. I really want to always do stuff for my live streams. I want to do. Megan went the Terminator 2 route in a bad way. I got the gist of it. I know there's another robot that was out there that's like older, a little bigger, and they made her. And so I'm looking forward to. It's like we started. I might just fast forward some stuff to get to the robot action stuff, but there's some things they did that I thought was kind of neat, and when she moves, but yeah, it looks silly. I mean, it's silly, but just I don't. Here's the thing: I don't mind silly or fun. It just looked bad. Just like it was badly made. Like the pacing, the script, the dialogue was really bad. It wasn't even the good stuff was starting. I was just like, man, this is really bad. So just pretty cheesy. And it was all played. It was like completely played for comedy. It was strictly for laughs. It was like not meant to be terrifying or creepy like the first one. I tell you what, the first Megan really stands up. It's such a good movie. Which I don't know if they brought the girl back to do it or whatnot, but other than that, though, but anything, guys, what is going on with you guys today? I'm trying to, ooh, I am. My hand video is almost done. I made these hands. Yeah, these substance. When watch this film, you are watching. When you are watching a film, are you watching as a fan? Here's the thing. Yes, that's a great question. David asked me, when I'm watching a movie, do I watch as a movie, as a fan, or as an effects guy? And the answer is, I watch as a fan. I always do. Here's the thing: the difference between me and some other people is that I cut loose. I don't want to analyze. I don't want to see anything. I don't want anything to jump out at me. I just want to turn off and watch a movie. And sometimes I'll be watching a movie and I'll see something like an effect shot that's not that great, or there's some. But it doesn't pull me out of the movie. It doesn't stop me from enjoying the film. But there's just things as an effects guy, I see stuff, and I'll have a general idea like, oh, that's kind of cool. Or there's something they do that wows me. Then I'm like, how'd they do that? There's a lot of that too. I saw the film that blew me away was Excalibur. Was made in the 80s, and it was a sword and sorcery, kind of like King Arthur and the Knights of Excalibur. Great movie, and there's lots of practical physical effects in there, and there's some great gags that were so properly executed that when you're watching it, you're just like, what? There's a guy that has a fight, and he has a sword in his body. He's naked, and he's got this sword sticking out of his body, and he pulls it out. And there's a great gag with that. There's a bad guy gets a spear punched through his chest, and yeah, and goes out his back in one shot, and it's like a lock off. And if you watch it enough, you think, yeah, it's so well done. It's beautiful. But yeah, I always just watch a movie as a fan. I don't look for effects. I really don't. I like the magician watching others do the tricks. It's hard, so you can watch as. Yeah, that's how I always watch everything. I just like to kick it and enjoy a movie. There's things where I laugh because my buddy Chuck and I went to go see it was a remake of My Bloody Valentine. Was when it was Halloween. So they made a Halloween 3D movie called remake of My Bloody Valentine. There's a scene where a girl is running around and she's buck naked, just naked, outside of a hotel running around. And this guy's chasing her with a pickaxe, but it was jarring for the 90s. I was like, holy cow, girl's naked. There's a scene where he has a pickaxe, and we're watching it, and it's in 3D, and so he has this pickaxe, and he raises it, puts it toward the camera, and of course it's 3D and in your face. It's a rubber pickaxe, and you can see the seam on the top of the rubber pickaxe. And my buddy Chuck and I laughed because we saw it together, and we work at a prop house, and we saw that. We laughed and thought, at the shop we work at, we would get yelled at for that. Like we always try to make our stuff really perfect, so that seam on the top of the rubber axe was unacceptable. Do you want to do a sheet so people have a quick reminder of the hand thing? No, don't. Honestly, Dave, not really, because I thought about I'm sorry, not Dave, John. Sorry, John. No, John, because the whole thing with that video is I want people to do it themselves. It's literally, it's like everybody's hands are so different that I want people to. John, I'm doing a video of how to make foam hands. Here, let's bring them over. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. I'm editing the video right now, and I'm almost done with it. So. It's these guys. I made two of these. It's a foam hand, and the foam hand is designed so you could put it inside a glove. I had to go back and thicken up the wrist because I made it a little bit too narrow for the gloves. But the hand it comes apart, so you can put gloves. So you can slip these guys in the fingers of the gloves, and it all snaps back together. And so when you get the glove on, you can put armor on the hands with glue, and then when it dries, you just slide the glove out, and then you have your gloved hand. Yeah, that's the mine worker with the gas. You are correct. The mine worker with the gas mask, who kills people with a pickaxe. Crazy B goes, did you do work on the 100? On the 100. Can you give me some more details, Crazy B? Again, a lot of people, I didn't get out in the movie industry I didn't start working in the movies until 1989. And even when I came out here, a couple of years, I was just doing like miniatures and models for commercials and TV shows and some movies here and there, but it wasn't like anything major for a long time. So I started, that's when my career started, was in the 90s. The TV series, The 100. I don't know it, sorry. Do not know The 100. At most, sounds like if it's a sci-fi, it's probably shot in Canada. If it's something like science fiction, usually most films like that are shot in Canada, Vancouver, because it's cheaper, and so they shoot a lot of stuff over there. So they usually have most Canadian production companies. I was jumping on I know what you did overall. Slasher train, like Scream. Cool hands. If somebody asks for hands, give one of those. Wow, you should watch. It's awesome. The 100 TV show. Yes, it was Vancouver. Okay, yeah. So anything Canadian based is usually done locally. Sometimes we'll do things bigger, like Avatar, Last Airbender. Um, Most of that stuff was done in Canada. There were some key things that we did. My buddy Eddie or DT Creative, we did some stuff for them, and we had to. It was something. It was a specialty thing we did, so we built it and then went to Canada with it. And originally, our plan was to build it, take it to them, show them how to use it, and then we're out. But we wanted to go with it, and they're like, no, 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 we got it. And so we took it over there, and then they came back and said, hey, guys, can you guys come back out? And we said yes, so we came back out. So, yeah, good times. Vancouver, yeah. Yeah, so I was in Vancouver for a little bit. It was fun. I like Vancouver. I think it was the last big show I worked on in a long time. I did stuff. I did stuff for the new Fallout, which is fun. You guys will be pumped about that. I met my buddy Valentine just hopping on the slasher train. It was garbage. Yeah, even the new one was garbage. I mean, they were garbage back in the '80s. They were garbage. They were what they were, man. It's like that was the '80s where they could crank stuff out relatively cheap and make a lot of money. Um, Now they're trying to figure out how to do that stuff without losing so much money, but who knew? I'm trying to think of anything. 3D couldn't save it. 3D, here's the thing, guys. 3D, they really thought 3D was going to really take it. When James Cameron's Avatar came out, and it just scraped, I mean, tons of money. It was very successful. Everybody jumped on the 3D bandwagon and made 3D movies. And now you can't get anybody in a theater. And it's what James Cameron said. Like, I know people have mixed. It's like, here's the problem with 3D. There's two things. James Cameron said, I want to get people I want the movie theater to be an experience. And he was working toward that because he knew that the theater thing was going away. So he tried to make theaters as more of an experience. That's why he didn't make it 3D. But the problem is that when you make a 3D movie, they charge more for it. But nobody's going to the theater right now anyway because it's too goddamn expensive. And the kids aren't getting it. But I love theaters. I love movies. I love seeing things in theater. So when Cameron does his Avatar 3, is it? Yeah, 3 now. He's got 3. God, I can't believe he's making freaking 4. I don't get me wrong. I liked them. I like the first one. I like the second one. Again, I liked them. I think I would say I loved them. I enjoyed them. I enjoyed the first one a lot, and then the second one was good. I think the third, I'm gonna probably be with the same thing with the third one. It'll be, it's all right. It's all right. It is what it is, and it's gonna be by the time the fourth one comes out, and be like, all right, I've seen this already. But James Cameron's a good storyteller, but he wants to make his Star Wars. So this is the Avatar is James Cameron's Star Wars. George has Star Wars. He wants his Star Wars. So you put it out, and then once that's done, he'll do something new. I know he's got his fingers in different pots. He's got other projects he's working on. He wants to do, and he's producing things, but it seems that you've really had a life well lived. Oh, thanks, Dave. Crazy B goes, are you ever thinking about coming to region? Oh, listen, Crazy B, how I get to your cities or where you guys want me from, what country you want me to, let them know you want me as a guest. I always tell people when they come on my live stream, they always ask me, hey, are you going here? Are you going there? I don't choose my destination. They reach out to me. So what you have to do is you have to let your local convention or your event, let them know that you want me as a guest. Because that's what most conventions do. They'll go, hey, we're starting up the new year. Who would you like? And they throw a big net out there like, who do you want? That's how SpaCon happened. When I got to SpaCon, they actually told me that the woman that had a driver that picked me up from the airport when we were driving there, She said that people, like, so we like looking for some cosplayers, and that my name came up several times. People like who we like to bring, and people say, "Oh my God, we'd love to have Evil Ted." So that's what you guys need to do. If you want me at your convention, you'd like to have me at an event, let them know you want me. That's how it does it. Just and let the staff know, let people know, and don't tell you, tell your friends. Get a campaign going, start writing letters, send them to them. Say, we'd love to have you, Evil Ted. Some ideas just need to come to the conclusion that I'm not to be milked to death. Hey, Kevin, with his 5 donation. Thank you so much, Kevin. With your continued support, thank you so much, kind sir. Guys, really quickly, if you guys are watching this on Twitch, I also have my live stream open on YouTube, and that's where the chat's open. If you guys want to say hi, hello, or have me some, if you have questions you want to ask me on my live stream, I have the chat open for YouTube. So if you guys are on Twitch, you can pop over to YouTube and just say hello or ask me some questions, because that's what I'm here for today. Kind of keeping it low key. I'm kind of slammed with work, but I'll get back to it next week because I'm going to be finishing up this job on this week. Have you had a chance to watch Alien Earth yet? Yes, I have. I really liked it. Without spoiling it for anybody out there who has not seen it yet, I'm really pleasantly surprised what they're doing. They're kind of doing what I think was smart. They're like the same thing they did with Mando, with Mandalorian, which was kind of neat. Is that you're taking a character in this Star Wars universe and doing some new adventures with just different characters in that universe in this particular timeline. And with Mandalorian, it's the first couple of seasons were great, and then just went, then just fell off a cliff. But when they were doing it originally, it was just something. So with Alien Earth, without any spoilers, they're doing it in the early timeline of the original Alien. I gotta check the dates. I know there's some fanatics out there that know the timeline, but it's within that timeline where the Nostromo is out there and it's either gone or has been gone or it's been missing. So the Nostromo's gone, but they're dealing in that timeline. So they're really good with the art direction taking place, all the costumes and set dressings are all kind of done like it was from the original 70s, kind of keeping that vibe going with it. So it works really well. Oh, Spicy Tide's also waiting to get an invite. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, that's how you do it. Just let them know you want them. Crazy because my dream panel would be Evil Ted, SKS props, Obrent Key, and oh my God, but she's great. Obrella Key. She's badly talented. I can't pronounce her name, and she's Belgian. She's French. I think she's French. I think she's French, maybe, right? I think T. Osos steals the show and the Alien Earth. And much props. I like much props. I agree. KZB add the Willow Creative. Yep. Thank you guys. I'm glad. I hope Much Props is still at it. I know it's a while back he made a video about he's just burned out. And I understand because he makes stuff. He's trying to chase the algorithm, and you can't. It's impossible. What YouTube wants from you to get your numbers up and get the views up and make you in the stream and get people and eyeballs on you, you have to put a video up like every week, every 2 weeks. And this is like, I can't do that. I stopped doing it. So what I did was I worked really hard to build up a fan base that I have. And I worked my darndest to keep you guys happy. The people that like watching me and keep coming back to my videos, I just keep trying to keep up and get content. That's why I stream every Sunday for you guys, because for a while there I wasn't doing anything. And so when I don't make videos, there's no traffic on my YouTube channel. It made me feel bad. So in between, if I'm working or I'm working on videos, what I do, right now I have 2 videos in the works. I'm doing the foam hand video, which is going to be done first, and then making the egg project. The egg project will be done shortly after the hand thing's done. But right now I'm still building the eggs, and I got to make one more with the mouth open, and then I'm going to do a paint job on them, and they'll be ready. I thought, yeah, she's French. That's what it was. Yeah, she's French. That's it. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, she's French. Can you tell us what you worked on the set of Fallout? Yeah, I can't. No, it's not till DC, not till December, guys. I worked on the show. So I can tell you I worked in the second season, and you won't be disappointed. That's about all I can really say. I remember Kamui when she did. It blew up on her books, and would have thought, right? A hello from Norway. Norwegian Viking Goop on Twitch. Hey, thank you so much, Norway. Hello. It says hello on Twitch. Thank you so much. Norwegian Viking. How you doing, man? Thank you. Thank you for joining today. Yeah, we're just hanging out, taking questions, chatting. I'm working on a job right now, so I didn't really have any time to put something together for the stream. I normally try to do something creative and teaching, but today I'm just hanging out and talking with you guys today. And also, I should have made more coffee because I am out my last couple of sips. I do love that coffee. Uh, mm. Kelly Bar says, I love that Fallout show actually used a cosplay. Yeah, they're actually, they use two cos. There's the Assaultron, not the Assaultron. Yeah, the Assaultron. And there's a costume they got. Well, here's the deal, guys. What I can tell you is they got a costume for something that didn't look as good as they thought it would. It looks good in the photographs, but when they got it, wasn't that great. So we ended up remaking it, and that's what I ended up doing. There's some stuff I did for the show. Was involved on a costume. Oh, I have Alex remind me to watch you. Okay, David. That's fair. Can the wife just drop off a cup of coffee for you? Yeah, she's downstairs and there's no more coffee. Is what I meant. So I drank the last of it. I'd have to make a fresh pot, and I'm not doing that right now. I'm here entertaining you guys. Mm. But yeah, I'm very happy with these guys. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. The story behind these hands and why I made them is because in the industry, I was very young. I came to the shop, and these guys, these effect shops, and I would help my friends on movies, and so I would go to these guys' effect shops, and they have costumes and things left over from old previous projects and movies and things. And so there's some foam rubber monster heads and hands, and I'd pick up a monster hand, and it'd be this foam rubber glove, like a beautifully sculpted monster hand, but it's like a glove and it's foam rubber, and you slip your hand into it. And I'm thinking, how did these guys do that? That means they had to make a cast of a hand, put clay on it, sculpt it, then make a mold, a two-part mold, and then fill it with foam rubber and bake it. Like, well, then how do you get the hand out? And then when I finally saw a plaster cast of the hand, they had a plaster hand, but it was segmented. So the thumb came off, and these guys came off, and there was plaster, and they had these pins, these little pins that would slot in. So that's what they do. They make a plaster hand, cut it in sections, slide a spandex glove. They would take it all apart, slide the fingers in the spandex glove, and then have the hand with the spandex glove, put it inside the mold, close the mold, and inject foam rubber. Sometimes they would just mix up foam rubber and pour on both sides and slap it together, or sometimes they would just inject it, but then they take it in the oven, bake it into foam rubber. And then ever since then, I kept thinking, I should do that with my hands. And I realized, when am I going to spend the money to get algae to cast my hand, make it out of plaster? It's gonna be rigid. They're gonna break, and I don't want to use rigid plaster. I want to use plastic. I kept thinking, if I make plastic, it's gonna be expensive. So after a while, I thought, you know something? Stop it. Why just make a foam copy of your hand? So what I did was I laid my hand down, traced it with paper, made a pattern, traced it, cut it, and took a rotary tool and painstakingly shaped it all up, and then cut knuckles and bent the fingers. And so I have a whole big video of how I did this step by step. So if you guys want to make armored hands, you can put gloves on, and so that's what, that's this next video. And again, this is not for everybody. I know it's a lot of work, but the end results, it's just great for costuming. I have my own foam hands. Yep, exactly. Gundam, it's like you have one hand now. And for me, I want to be able to have. I'm making gloves, but yeah, I'm almost done with. I'm gonna make that video, get that video done, get that video up and running. So much to do. So much to do. I got a list. It's growing. I have too many projects, but it's Halloween, so I'm going to run out and pick up a suit at the Goodwill. Pick up a suit and then dirty it all up, and then do a feral ghoul, and I'll probably wear it this year for Halloween. And then I'll have that costume for December when the Fallout show drops. You know, you're absolutely right, because that's why I made this hand. It's being on a budget. Like, if you're in an effects shop, they cast your hand, you do it on plastic. You know, I think my buddy Eddie, we have these really John Fidel has these really nice hand casts, these beautiful hand casts. And I told Eddie he needs hand casts in his shop to do stuff like this. Like, he needs hand casts, so we can slip gloves on him and do just this. So we can put spandex gloves on hands and do all that stuff. So that's what you need to do. So I just said, just make them. But he's got a pretty good 3D art. He has his hands, really nice hand cast. So we take a hand, scan it, 3D print it, and then make it to where. I mean, he's so good that he could probably print it to where they could come apart and we could put magnets in it. Well, yeah, I mean, you could. It's just, it won't, yeah, like a rubber glove, but it won't have the natural curve of the hand. Like, this thing is, I just want the hands to be curved just right, you know. So that's kind of my thing of certain details you just want to work on. But yeah, I'm a big fan of the Alien Earth show. The thing is so funny. I work with a bunch of guys, and thank you. And they watched the last episode of Alien Earth before I did, and I was like, bitching and moaning about it. And then I came home and watched the final episode of the first season. And I was like, I know what you guys are griping about. What do you guys want? What's different? I don't get it. Like, I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was what it was. You know, it's a good cliffhanger. Do you still have the first prop you ever made? Not really. No, it was Crazy Bee. When you work on a job, they hire you to make something, and then when they're done with it, it's theirs. They take it. It's not like, hey, when you're done with that, can I get that back? So I think back about Fifth Element. There's a ton of things I kept. I gave away over the years. I wish I kept. There's tons of stuff I wish I kept from Fifth Element. I had little cabs and cop cars, and I gave them to this guy Randy Cooper. Randy Cooper in Florida took them and he remolded them and sold them. And then I'm like, hey man, can I get a copy? And he's like, what? I don't know. That mold's gone now. I'm like, yeah, whatever. So, like, how convenient. Have you watched South Park sometime? Yeah, no, I've seen South Park. Oh. No, I meant when you started learning. Sorry, I meant. Should I clarify? I have things I've collected. You know, I have little things I've done over the years when I was a kid. I know my mom has a lot of stuff we made over the years. Oh, what's the first cosplay you ever made for yourself? My God, dude, I think it was paper mache. I made a cat costume. I think my first big one I really did that was officially like a full blown was Batman. Batman in 1989. I think you can see that on my website. It's my very first costume. It's my very first cosplay. It was It was my first, like, hey, I wanted this guy. I love Batman. I thought when I first saw it, I loved it, so I made a costume. And I sculpted the head, sculpted the cow. Man, it was so much. I remember watching that, looking at that thing, studying it so much. But yeah, sculpted out of clay, made a stone mold, made rubber. Yeah, it was such an ordeal. So I think it was Batman, 1989. A prop, I don't remember. I really don't. I mean, Let me think. You know, I think it is. I think my first prop, real big prop, was the Guyver unit. I think I made things and I made models and things, but I think the Guyver unit from Guyver is the first real kind of movie prop I made that was recognizable that people knew, and I still have that. I have castings. I don't have the original one because the original one I told you guys got stolen from set, but the one I made, I had castings of it, so I have a casting of it. I still have. So I point out because I have it upstairs. I have a little storage unit I have, and eventually I want to put it together. I think the only thing that's stopping me from doing it is I have an acrylic lens, which reminds me. Hold on. I gotta take that to Mike at work so he can laser cut me a lens. Hold on, guys. Oh, good grief. Sorry, guys. Now I'm dropping things. Hold on. Now he did it. Here it is. There it is. So this is the yeah, this is it. Sorry guys. Stuff, crap falling everywhere. Stay. This is the base of the Guyver unit, and this is the top of it, and there's an acrylic ring that sits in here. And I was gonna take this to work to my buddy Mike laser cut it for me. But what I really like to do is get somebody to 3D model this and make it perfect. Because this original one's all hand sculpted. But, hold on guys. eviltedsmith.com. If you click on that link, it takes you to my website. You can go to like photos, like my cosplays. I think it's a category called cosplays, and I'm realizing I have a bunch of stuff I want to add to it. I'm waiting for my board. Going to get Battle Sister. I'm gonna start adding more photos to the website. But I think my Batman costume's in there. You guys can look at it. It's my first Batman. I remember making a foam muscle suit too. I put like foam shoulders and pad, get myself all buff. Oh, then came the turtles. I had to do a full costume, just the shell, 3-fingered glove, and a katana and a head. Would have been great to do, but with the moving eyes. Yeah, man, when the turtles came out, I loved it too. I loved the comic book. I loved the comic book straight. Then they did a live action. I think the movie came out first and was successful. And they did an animated series after that. Dave, my first foam smithing cosplay was made after watching an Evil video. I made a Fallout Nukatron. Yeah, I made some steel armor. I love the game, and I know that the mouth always a pain. Yeah, the turtles were pretty elaborate. They did a good job on those things, though. There's a scene in the movie where one of the turtles is laughing. It's like, ha ha. And on DVD, if you pause, you can see the inside of the mouth and the guy's mouth inside. You can see his mouth. You can see the actor inside the suit. It's pretty funny. But Kettle Bar, you built your first thing. Thank you so much, man. Cool. Thanks for watching. I'm happy to spread my knowledge so you guys can make your own stuff. 63 years old, and I did my first foam smith. It's never too late. Dave, I couldn't agree more, man. It's fun. It's just fun to make stuff. It really is. Um, I'm 62, and yeah, I got 5 more years and I'm done. I've never read the Black and White Turtles color archive. Yeah, I just read. I just read. I got the second run. When the comic book came out, the guys, the Eastman brothers, they did it themselves, and they sold out, and so they had to reprint the first one again. It sold out so quickly, and then finally they got a deal, and somebody picked them up. But when the birth of the underground comics in the '80s was that the Ninja Turtles was such a huge deal. Nobody would give. It's again, nobody believed in it, so they said, "Oh, I love the website. Thank you, Lars. Thank you so much." Yeah, go through all the photos, guys. You can see all my stuff I built over the years. What's your most exciting build? I Crazy B. It's always the last thing I've done. Like, what excites me is not what excited me in the beginning. Like every time you build something, you always get like kind of burned out on certain things. But right now, or the eggs I'm making, the egg project, I'm really excited about. Those are cool. I'm really happy how that. I had envisioned my buddy John here, the modifier. We talked about it a long time ago. I was, yeah, let's do it. And so he picked, I think it was Alien Resurrection or something like, with kind of an egg pattern we really liked. And so he did the patterns, and then I started building it from his patterns, and then it's really coming together great. So when it's done, I'm gonna make 2 eggs, one open and one closed, and then my next thing is I want to have a face hugger shoot out of the egg for Halloween. People ask me again. I'm sorry, since I have this opportunity, but it's here. The alien, my monster egg patterns will not be ready by this Halloween. Sorry, guys. You have to probably do it next year. Because work came up and I got slammed, so this video will not be up, or the patterns will be up for a while. So. Dave goes, I will be 64 on October 13th. Oh, nice, Dave. Excellent. 2 heads are always better than 1 for creativity. You got it, Crazy B. John is my dear friend in Chicago who found me on YouTube and saw my patterns and went, hey, your patterns are kind of okay. There's some improvements you can do on those. And I'm like, and finally after a while, I'm like, hey, do you want to help me with these patterns? He said, sure. So we became partners on that. And so I make all the madness and send it to him, and he cleans them up. Do you have any dream project or series you'd like to work on, Ted? So funny. I think, to answer your question, Gundam, there's a funny story. I love Alita Battle Angel. I was a big Alita Battle Angel fan. I love the manga, and I think the manga, the artwork, it really inspired me. I just love this. I love the whole cyber. It was like, this is before cyberpunk even took off for me. Was this whole, the anime was very much the cyberpunk world, but trash universe, like with Dr. Ito and cyber technology. It was so inspiring when I read those comic books that it gave me ideas for movies and ideas and stuff like that. But I always was a big fan of Battle Angel, and over the years, then finally work at the prop house for 15 years, and I finally took a break. Like, I was burned out, so I take a break. I'm at home in my shop. I just started my Twitch channel. I think it was like, I finally launched to be independent. I launched my Twitch channel, and I'm working in my shop, and I get a phone call from this effect shop. Like, hey man, I think it was K&B, like, we're doing Alita Battle Angel. I'm like, what? Like, we're doing these costumes and background costumes. Oh man, so you want to come in and bring your book in? We can talk about it. I'm like, wait, what? And it was Norman. I think it was my friend Norman that called and asked me about it. So they wanted me to come in and do background, like for Battle Angel, like make foam costumes, like foam fabricate pieces for them, for the background actors, and actually like robot arms and legs. And like, oh yeah, it'll be super cool, blah, 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 blah. And this and that. And I was like, I said no. And that was the first time in my professional career that I turned down a job. Because when you work like we do, when somebody calls you for a job, it's always yes. If you're not working and somebody calls you, the answer is yes. But I just launched my YouTube. I just got Twitch going. I'm doing YouTube, And I knew. Oh, sorry. It's my alarm. It's telling me it's 10 o'clock. I knew for a fact that means if I say yes to this job, after I finally got my momentum, I got my Twitch channel, I got my YouTube, I finally got everything up and running and ready to go, that if I take this job, I'm going to be off the grid for 3 months. I have to start all over again. And I'm like, I can't. I don't want to do it. So I told them no. And they're like, what? What do you mean no? I'm like, no, I can't. And I look back on that now, and I'm so glad I did that because let me tell you what would happen. Let's say, hypothetically, I say, okay, and I blow off my YouTube channel and my Twitch thing, and I'm gone for 3 months. Granted, it wouldn't have gone away completely, but I would have to restart all over again. I would get it back up and running again. But here's what would happen. It's K&B. I worked for these guys before. I would get in there, and that'd be great. They would tell me all this stuff. Oh, yeah, you get this and that. Start building. And they would tell us that you think you'd have like a couple of months, and it turns out, oh, no, we told you 2 months. Now you only have a month. And you start building, and then, oh, wait, no. Then they say, oh, we don't do that. Do this instead. Oh, now you have to do these in a matter of weeks. Like, I thought I had months. Oh, no, now I can do it from weeks to days. Now you have 2 days to make this. You have 2 days. And after a while, you kill yourself for them making all this stuff, and they take all your time away from you. And the reason I say is because it happens all the time. You say yes to a job, and then you get in there, start working, and they start taking your time away from you. And then they start bitching and moaning, and it's not happening fast enough. And they're like, why this doesn't look as good as this other thing? That's because they had more time on this one, just when they didn't. And then what ends up happening is that after all that, and then you do it all, and you never see it in the movie. And then when I watched the movie, they end up not fabricating, they sculpted like arms and leg pieces and rubber parts and foam parts, and they're on their website, and there's photos and pictures of them, and I think my buddy Tim Gore went in and painted all that. And I watched the movie, not any of the movie. You don't see any of it. None of it's all digital. Like you see the guys up close and stuff like that. All the cool stuff is up close and digital. Any background stuff, you never see it. Never see it. So all that, I would have done that for nothing. Would have done it for nothing. So now I look back on that, and it's the best decision ever made. So I wanted to work on it, but then it would never happen. So it just would have been a mess. Sorry guys. So that's a long-winded answer to your question. So I turned that job down, only to be glad I did, because it never would amount to nothing. Dave goes, I'm also modifying a Nerf crossbow for a Wookiee blaster. You know what's so funny? The Wookiee blaster, those are just rubber balls stuck on the end of a crossbow. When you see that thing, they just did that so somebody would poke their eyes out. They had a crossbow, and they just stuck rubber balls. They cut slits of rubber balls and stuck them on the gun. It's so ridiculous. It's so funny. I love cyberpunk genre. Ghost in the Shell and Battle Angel got me into anime. We used to role play cyberpunk. Yeah, same here. How do you think the movie compared to manga? Oh, here's the thing with manga. They did a great job taking that script. I mean, granted, it's an epic story. It's like this long, and you got to condense it into a movie. And Robert Rodriguez, I think, is a good writer, but he has a tendency to crop stuff out. And what made Alita Battle Angels good is that Robert Rodriguez is a good director. Is that James Cameron was behind him and over his shoulder watching him. I think Rodriguez is good if he's got somebody to watch him and stay on top of him. Otherwise, he just knocks it out, I think. So, but I don't. What has he done lately? I don't know. But I think Alita Battle Angel is a long story, and they did a section of it. They got the first movie down. So, if time was not an issue for you, what dream cosplay would you like to devote your time to in your next personal project? I want to make an alien. I want to make an alien costume. Kilobar is that I would like. I started an alien head, and I want to make an alien. I want to foam fabricate an alien suit, and I've seen people make them, and I think they're okay. I just want to make and also too, I've been working out, walking, trying to lose weight. Cause I want to lose a couple more pounds before I try to get an alien suit, because aliens are thin. And I'm relatively thin. I just want to get this gut off me a little bit. But that's what I want to do, and also I want to do Super Inframan. It's another costume I want to do. but alien costume would take time, and I want to do it. It's just it's trying to do something that I can do on a live stream or make a video on. Like if I was gonna let's like for example, hey, let's make a video of me making an alien costume. It would take forever to do it, so I can't really make that a video of me making that because it takes forever to make the build. So I would make my alien costume on the side and document that with photographs. But then so I'd still have to make projects that are short and small to make videos out of. So, yes. Yeah, you give them a finger and they rip off your arm. Oh, Dust Till Dawn, yeah. It's a wacky. I think Rodriguez's best film is Spy Kids. I think that's his passion project. He always wanted to do, and that's a good movie. Oh, Diego's my dream, man. Beverly Downing's. Here, David, what you could do is Allison Tabitha made a still. She made it rather quickly and knocked it out with, but she has the concept of it. But if you can go to Beverly Downing, she has a really good. She really did a good thing. She made a really good still suit. She loved it. I wanted to do one too, but I just got around to not. But she did fantastic. Beverly, there's lots of great. You go to Pinterest, there's tons of pictures, but it's not the suit. The suit itself is not. It's not. It's not impossible. It's all this pattern making. It's just all the fabric and the foam and stuff. But oh, so he goes. I'm making an alien puppet for my fan film. No way I'm fitting. Right, exactly, Gundam. I have a, but what I would do, I know how I would do my suit is I would do it very similar to what they did the original. The original was just a rubber suit. It was a rubber suit with a rib cage that went on top of it, gloves, feet, and he had a head. So I'm doing the same thing. I'm going to do a, I know Beverly, of course you do. Beverly's great. I would do a body undersuit and have the thighs and the legs all be foam pieces I'd slip on and have all the joints around the joints, on the spandex suit, and the forearm, the biceps, it would all be foam pieces that I would make patterns, make them, put all the detail on them, slip onto the spandex suit. I would make it to where I would have a range of movement because I don't want to stick stuff onto a spandex bodysuit because that limits my movement. But I have ideas how I want to do it, and so it's my plans. Yeah, I just want to make a suit. But I have the head, so I would start with the head first, and I'm going to rig it to where I can actually have the mouth open and just look out the mouth. Because that's what they did for the movie. They had a one that the guy would walk around in, and it had a mouth, and so he could just look through it and have the mouth open. So that's how I was able to see. But for all the top was when all the mouth opening closed, it was just all a big puppet, an animatronic puppet. And they ended up having two built. They built two puppeteering heads, and they were just nervous because in the 70s, making things that are animatronic, I think they gave it to Colin and Baldy, and they were nervous, well, he wasn't going to get it done in time. And they wanted to cover their asses, so they hired somebody else to make one too. So there was two guys making animatronic heads. I think they ended up using Colin and Baldy's, but because he got his done in time, so they had two. So I don't know if if they're both screen used or not, but I just remember seeing an article about that, or a video. They talked about how they hired. I think it was Giger. There's a little documentary that Giger made, and it's all. I think it was dubbed. They dubbed it in English, but it's him talking about working on Alien and all the different departments and how things came together. I'll probably not make any third Hulk, but I wanted a 3D print hand mechanism because my attempts have failed. Listen to me. There's a great video about how to make articulating hands. This guy does it with cardboard to walk you through it. But when you 3D print hand things, they just become heavy. I think the best thing to do is get some PVC board or Sintra. Sintra is a name of a company that makes, but it's basically PVC board. It's lightweight. You cut the fingers, and you watch a guy's tutorial on how to do it. You make them yourself, and out of something like Sintra, therefore they'll bend and the fingers will move, and it's lightweight because you start doing 3D print stuff, they become heavy. So, but eventually something I want to do is I want to make a mechanical hand. Like I've seen people make them where your hand goes inside the wrist, and there's a bigger hand on the end of it, so you can make like a big mechanical hand. So like you make like those mech suits. So your arm is in the forearm and your hand is operating the bigger hand. So I might want to make one of those someday. It'd be fun. And you hook it up with elastic or rubber bands. But I want to rig it to where I can replace. I want to rig it to where I can get inside and replace the elastic or the rubber bands, because I think you build something over time. If it breaks or fails, I want to be able to replace the tension. I saw it made with PVC pipe and rubber bands in this week. The thing is, you need the movement. Don't be obsessed with picking things up. It just needs to move. People are like, oh, I want to be able to grab things and pick things up. No, you don't. Just make it move. Make it lightweight, and fingers can move, and you'll thank yourselves, because your hands won't be heavy, and the fingers will move. But don't get obsessed with. What most of the times I do is have a static thumb. Have the thumb be static, and just have the fingers move. I like to have the thumb static and just have the fingers move. Keep the thumb in a position like that and just have the fingers move. So you bend your wrist and just go ch-ch-ch-ch. That's fine. I mean, some people want to make the thumb. I think it's best to keep the thumb static and just have the fingers move, because nobody's looking at the thumb. So save yourself the work. But there's a video. Yeah, exactly. Where would you store it? That's my thing. Stop me from doing it too. I have helmets, and I have a battle sister and things like that, but I don't want to have no room. Anyway, guys. Oh, it's 10:09. Well, tell you guys. No, I just want them to move. Just want them to move. Still don't work. Okay. There's a guy made a video, and I think I put the video in my favorites or something like that, so I can go back and find it later. But he has a video with no dialogue. He just shows it all narrative. It's all just video, and he shows you how to do everything step by step just by showing the image and his video without any dialogue. So it's perfect. Like when I watch some of the best tutorials, that's where you watch the video and you can see what he's doing, and you don't have to read anything, explain anything. That's why people always ask me, "Are you going to make a book, Ted?" I'm like, "No. Why? I make videos." I think Beverly does books, but books still involve reading, and reading's not my favorite thing to do because I'm dyslexic. So seeing videos and learning things from videos has always been a big thing. So that's why I kind of cater to the people that are like me, who learn better from seeing it and watching. So but tell you what, guys, I'm thinking I'm going to wrap this up today. This has been fun. I've been here. It's been about a solid hour, and I'm not doing anything right now, so I'm going to go downstairs and I had a little bit of breakfast, but I'm still a little hungry, so I might make me something else to eat, because I was hungry. But I wanted to say, everybody, thanks for hanging out with me today. It's a low-key day. I will be back next week doing something creative. I will be getting back on my projects. I got to get go pick up the suit for my Feral Ghoul costume, so we can wrap up that video and have it just be completed, because you guys were on the journey with me making the heads and hands. So now I got to end the video with me in a suit, so I can have a complete costume and have done. That'll be done. Check that off the list, and then I can get back on finish these hands for the video, and then get back to the egg project. That's what I'm gonna start call it the egg project. Lars McBars, thank you, Lars. Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. I'm sorry it's not that spectacular today, and but I love hanging out, telling you guys stories, and answering questions as much as possible, because I love doing that. You guys are so welcome. Thank you so much. Oh, by the way, to all the people who won the 8x10s last time, they all might still pile up on my desk. So I'm gonna, after the stream today, I'm gonna go through all the envelopes and put everybody's addresses on there and start mailing those out. I apologize, because I still have that pile on my computer from last time, and then I went right to work. So again, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out today, and I'll catch you back next time right here on Evil Ted Live.